Hi everybody, I'm Chisom Claret and I am the customer relationship manager for Checkamo. And, and today we are going to look at and we're going to discuss and have onboarding for verifiers, Checkamo verifiers. Let's dive right into it. What we're going to discuss today basically is what is Checkamo, why we built Checkamo, our mission in Checkamo, our vision, our role as a verifier, what verification solves, how it solves that problem, and what makes a good verifier, safety guidelines and professional conduct, who uses Checkamo, and earnings and rating and growth opportunities within our platform. We are going to the next thing we have here. What is Checkamo? We've been hearing Checkamo, we've had meetings before now, we've sent emails, they're in a group chat, but what is Checkamo? What is Checkamo? Checkamo is a trust-powered verification platform that connects users to local verifiers who can inspect, validate, and report on products, properties, and people before any transaction occurs. Personally, I've been in situations where I needed people to actually go to a particular location. I did not have time, I did not have good knowledge of a particular product, and I needed a second input, a middleman, to actually make sure that what I'm purchasing is actually very good and up to par before I send them, because I did not want my money to go to scammers. I did not want to have a loss and also have a loss in my expenses, basically. I needed a middleman. I've had this situation and this problem over and over again where I needed to make calls, I'll reach out to my friends, or do you have someone that is knowledgeable of this? Do you have someone that does this or does that? And that or them ask, or you just needed people to confirm and know that this thing that I want to purchase, this place I want to go is actually okay and up to par. Now let's look at the past 4 locations, right? There are sometimes I'm looking for venues for meetings, I'm looking for different places. I'm like, oh, is this place good? How is their interior designing? Is it quiet? Is it a place I can have meetings? Is it a place I can actually a good place for it? And I needed to call people, confirm locations. So have you been there? Is it a good place? Is it noisy? Is it safe? These different reasons why I needed to confirm, right? And now that is where Checkamo comes in. Checkamo is that middleman that makes sure that what we report or what we want to purchase is actually up to par before any transaction is being made. Before I send that money to the seller or verifier, there is already a confirmation and a verification moving on in the process before that money is actually being sent. And now that is where Checkamo comes in. That is the problem Checkamo is wanting to solve. Checkamo is a trust-powered verification platform that connects users with local verifiers. Local verifiers is me and you, the ones that receive the request to go to a location to verify. These are people that are called local verifiers who can inspect. Now, to inspect, you need good knowledge of what you inspect and right. To inspect, validate, and report on products, properties, and people before any transaction is made. So we help people confirm the goods before they pay, before they travel, before they rent that house, before they hire that person. We need people to actually confirm the authenticity of those products, that place, that people. I might want to get something in Lagos and I'm in Calabar and I don't have anybody in those places within that location to actually confirm. And now that is where verification comes in. I put a call through and across. I'm like, oh, I need this verified. And someone is actually there in real time to confirm what I want to verify. Users request a local verifiers to check products, properties, people, delivery situations before transactions are being made. Verifiers inspect physically. When you verify with Checkamo, it's something that you have to be present physically. You have to be present in that particular location. That is why the location of collected a verifier within the location that you're very, very accessible, very that you can access. It's very little time involved, right? And now, in those locations you can access, you are mandated to send proof of photos, proof of videos, proof of voice notes, and all verification process needed for that customer or client to to actually confirm and prove the authenticity of that product before they actually make payments for it. That is all Checkamo solves. Now I can give you an instance. Yes. I have a lot of instances and I can go on and on and on, but the very relatable one. Let's look at agents. You want to hire, you want to rent a house, right? And now there are agents. And these agents, before you look at any house, before any house is being shown to you, you're paying an inspection. And you're paying that inspection fee, which is not certain that you will make that house, and which is not certain that you would actually purchase that house. And imagine an agent is showing you 5 houses that you want. You get tired, you will go to the next agent, right? That next agent is doing the same thing. All the time, you're not getting what you want, and you're spending money while doing it. Now, and probably they don't have the time for all this running around, looking for the house, going to the house to expect the toilets, food, the colors of the glass. People need verifiers. People want to actually confirm that what they're paying money for is good and is authentic. Right now, that's the verifiers from. They will first be sent in the platform. The verifier takes up the job and actually provide evidence of why the user, why the client should purchase that product. Again, it's not something you're seeing. You need someone like that to actually show you that it is real. And people are not going to tell me. I know we have all heard of that story where someone actually sold an airport for how many years the last to someone. They bought it. It was not confirmed, it was not verified before that purchase was made. If it was actually verified, that problem will not be something we're hearing now. It's not something that if you actually think of Nigeria in the situation that like these people are actually doing and prone to scam, these people are actually going to send you and sell fake things to you. It is something that we are trying to solve. It is a big problem in Nigeria, and Checkamo is here to actually reduce that problem, reduce the risks in transactions before transactions are being made. Let's get right into it. I feel like I'll talk about this over again, but let's look at it now. At first, Nigeria and the world deal with scams and fake news. Also in Nigeria, or the here Nigeria, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, this person is a scammer. This person is a Nigerian, for example. And it's not a good name for us in Nigeria. It's not a good name for people that are actually legit and having real businesses and actually doing stuff for them, for their brand and their image to actually be downgraded and down to because of the fact that they're in the system to actually be downgraded and down to because of the fact that they're in a system and in a country that has no pay or have no place or have no system for verification before some transactions are made. That is why we reach now. To reduce the risk of stealing, fake listings, misleading sellers, and on internet, right, and on social to see a lot of what I ordered versus what I bought. A lot of bad products, a lot of, oh, I ordered this email and I paid for a human hair and I'm getting a synthetic. And it happens every day, and at every second, someone is getting scammed. Stress of traveling, so people are living in different locations, and what they want to purchase is not in their locations, and they cannot blindly purchase that product because they don't want to lose money. Both of us don't want to lose money. Nobody wants to lose money. We are building a trusted system whereby people are actually seeing proof of what they are paying instead time and money. I use the agent as an example. Right? Imagine I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting money to fancy houses, and they are not being inspected before I actually pay them. People need trusted local eyes who can confirm things on their behalf to make sure it is safe, to make sure it is on time and professional. So now the safety is very, very important. Yeah, the country that is very unsafe. Looking at what is happening right now with the insurgency and locations are unsafe. People are actually, they want to confirm where they're going. So is this place good? Is it what they said it is? Is the location okay to have a meeting? The number was built to solve these problems by connecting people to reliable verifiers near the item or location. Like I said, the verifier has to be in the location where they can access easily. You cannot be in a local government and you want to verify what is in another local government. No, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, it has to be within your location. You have to be able to verify what is within your location because it has to be true. Users and clients want to actually, they're calling because they want to see an item very fast before they purchase a plate. And now you're taking 2 hours before you purchase a plate. But you're on the road. It is not a good thing. Waiting is not good. People don't like to wait. And the more they wait, they might not purchase or send or purchase the product, or they might not wait for the verifier to confirm before they purchase the product, which it might now be prone to scams, right? Which is what we are trying to solve. Now imagine we are trying to solve a problem because of delay, we don't solve that problem. It's not something we want to do. It's not something we want to get or be associated with. Yeah. The next thing on our mission with Checkamo is very simple. Building a trust layer for transactions in Africa. They're not looking just within Nigeria, because this is a problem we're trying to fight in West Africa, in all African countries, right? Because most Africans are seen as farmers. It's mostly a Nigerian thing, but it is everywhere. Our mission with Checkamo is to building the trust layer of transactions in Africa. Our vision to become the world's most reliable decentralized trust network for verifying anything, people, places, products, and even promises. Someone is promising that they're going to give you when they arrive at a particular place, and we're not sure they're going to actually make that promise and fulfill on that promise. Yes, they're checking for that. If you're sure that you're going to fulfill that promise, if it's a financial promise, send it to the platform. The platform holders for your Stripe journal. That's why we have Checkamo. That's why Checkamo is here. To become the world's most reliable decentralized trust network for verifying anything, people, places, products, and other promises. Checkamo will enable anyone anywhere to confirm what they care about without committing time. As verifiers, what do we do? What to do as verifiers? As a Checkamo verifier, you will receive the location of the user. When a client or the user of the platform requests sent invoice, it is the job of a verifier to accept that job. When they accept the job, they go and inspect and observe carefully all the products, the person, the people, the place. They go in real time, they go physically to actually inspect that product. Now, as you're inspecting that product, of course, you have knowledge about. You capture photos of it, you capture videos of it, you capture voice notes, and every other verification process required for that product. Now, why do I say every other verification process? Let me say you want to purchase a car, or a user will send a request that he wants to purchase a car and need a verifier to confirm his own car. Now, you are sending a verifier that has knowledge of cars, that can drive cars. Take a picture of that car. You take a picture of the car, you send voice notes of what you're paying for the car. And you even drive the car to make sure that it's very well, the brake is working, it's actually up to par in the car. You have to have knowledge of it. That's why I said every necessary verification process is needed by the user and the client. It involves the verifier. You share real-time verification while on the job. You submit a clear, honest report. Emphasis on honest reports. Now we help users avoid spams and bad deals. The next one. What's verification solves? All verification solves. Players help eliminate fraud and scam risk. Fake advertisements, stress of traveling, etc. Let me explain the fake advertisement. I happen to be in an event where someone was, someone actually be, and now these flyers and advertisement for courses, online courses, to be events, but we do actually be professionals after that course, which is what most of these flyers say, right? Now the truth is, you can't be a professional industry, and these flyers tend to exaggerate distance. Now, I'm using flyer as a case study. There are other things and other places and other scenarios where flyers actually exaggerate distance. Now, it's the job of a verifier to solve that problem. You go and confirm, okay, this is how this is related it is. Give your own reports, your own advice on if they should purchase or not, and what is truly involved when they purchase that product. Now, we have wrong purchases, time wasted on unreliable sellers, hosting, and last-minute disappointment. How do we solve this problem? How do verifiers solve this problem? How does it all work? When a client or a user submits a request through the platform, connects verifiers in that environment. Now, the very first verifier to accept the job, the people want to go for that job, they want to take it up. Now, they go physically to that location, capture videos of events, share their live location, and submit the reports. When the client and the user approves, that verifier gets paid. Per verification, you get paid by every verification that you actually solve, and you actually yes, you solve. So we get paid for it. It's a win-win situation. The user is satisfied, and the verifier gets paid for doing the job. We go over to the next one. What you can be sent to verify. We have apartments, rooms, houses, lands, gadgets and electronics, we have furniture, cars, people, identity claims, deliveries, package, whatever it is, whichever situation it is that need someone that is trusted, a trusted confidant. That is what we send to verify. You know, verifying things are that's well, basically this is just what you're verifying. Whatever the user or the client needs verification, whatever it is that needs a middleman to verify it is what will be verified. So what makes you a good verifier? The very first thing you see is honesty, and it cannot be overly exaggerated and totally emphasized. Because you have to be honest in posts. You have to be honest in the videos. You have to be honest in the voice notes. You have to be honest to make sure that you are actually solving the problem, right? Because now, if you're not honest with what you're verifying, you are practically scamming the user that doesn't want to be scammed. Does that make sense? It doesn't. It doesn't. Honesty is the very first thing as a verifier that makes a verifier good, and it cannot be overly emphasized. To verify, we cannot take short spots. In a clear communication, you cannot have or send blurry pictures of what wants to be verified. The user cannot see the authenticity of a particular evidence if what you're sending is not clear. You have to have good communication skills to be a good verifier. Good picture quality, good video quality, good voice note quality, reliability and punctuality. Again, to verify, that is why you verify what is within the location, what is accessible within the location you are. Because you cannot wait so that the user cannot wait for how many hours for something to be verified, but even if the more you do, the more that user is prone to being scammed. Professional behavior with clients. In this our line of work, it's more like customer relationship management tool where you just talk to and see clients, right? And communicate with clients. And the thing is that you would meet a lot of people that talk to you anyhow, or they are rude, or they are just not good people. People can be having a bad day and decide to actually take it out on you because you're verified. It's not nice. And now we cannot say because this person is rude to me, I'm going to be rude back. No. Now that is where professionalism comes in. That's where we need to be professional in what we are doing. That is how you talk to the customer, regardless of how they're shouting, and make sure that you actually calm the anger of that verifier as much as you can. The customer is always right. You're giving them something that is good. You know, whatever it is, in whichever client you want, the first thing is to be professional. Have a good customer relationship behavior with every client. Now, respect for privacy and safety. The very first, now we have safety guidelines. Only inspect in safe areas. When a request comes in, and you're running like that different to see, it is very okay to actually declare that. Because you don't want to go to a location that is for sale and now they're looking for you. No. If you know that this is unsafe, it's fine to because of this, because of the location and say that at the moment to decline it and to the request for it to inform someone when you're going to control. We had a good chance. You can send your location, tell a friend, tell a family member that this is where I'm going, this is what I want to do, just in case something happens. It is crisis management. Yes, that's what it is. You have to manage the crisis as much as you can. Do not intervene in conflict. You cannot be a verifier. You cannot be a verifier and the fight is going on and you want to go in the middle of that fight and try to settle the issue. You do not intervene in that conflict. Don't involve yourself at all. Because what if something that happens to you in the process? You do not negotiate deals with the user. It is not your duty to negotiate deals or price up and price down. No. The only is the user has already seen this product. You have seen the price and they just want you to confirm if it's okay for them to make the transaction. That is very important. You cannot go and be negotiating deals as a verifier. Your role is to verify, not to enforce. Follow platform instructions strictly. In our verifier platform, we have instructions for verifiers, and it's something we have to know at the back of our head. It's something that when we are going on a job, we know that okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is not what I'm supposed to do. The next thing, who does this Checkamo? Anyone needing interested as at the location is this Checkamo. You can be busy, you can be a busy professional. You can be a student or an expert. You can be an apartment seeker. You might also rent an apartment. You might be an online shopper. You might be a small business owner. You might be in the logistics and delivery business. Whatever it is, as far as you need somebody to actually confirm something before you make a payment or a transaction, those are the people that use Checkamo. Those are our target audience in Checkamo. Now, for every being verified. So every job the verifier goes to and it is successful, for every successful verification, the verifier gets paid for it. It is incentive based, yes. But the verifier actually gets paid for everything that is successfully verified. Now, this is based on priority. Some people might want very fast verification, some people might want whichever. But we have ratings based on priority. The more priority the verification is, the higher you get paid. We have bonus incentives, high value verification opportunities. Now, what do I mean by high value verification opportunities? There are verifications that, okay, let me give an instance. Someone that is going to verify a clothes might pay lesser than someone that wants to verify a car. Now, that car is of high value verification, right? Now, they get paid based on that. The more you get these opportunities, the more you show up, the more you verify, the higher you pay into that, because there's going to be without that. So the higher you go, the more known this person is. There's going to be a verification badge now. Yes, the more you actually verify, the higher you go in your role as a verifier, the higher you get jobs. Yeah. The next thing, cost people depends on it. Our work as verifiers protects people from fraud, protects people from stress, and protects people from making bad decisions. Welcome to Checkamo, where your honesty creates safety for millions. By being honest in what you verify, you're creating a safety net for people. We are making them safe. We're making them want to trust us more, want to use our products more. We all have a goal. There is a goal Checkamo is trying to, there is a problem Checkamo is trying to solve. And now with verifiers, we can make that goal, we can do that. We are the trust people depend on. This is our socials. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. And if for any reason you want to contact customer care for inquiries or whichever the customer care is ready to respond. This is our customer care phone number. This is our email address, our website, and our headquarters. Yeah, this is the end of the onboarding verifiers onboarding for Checkamo. And thank you very much.